Hey guys, Shadow Reviewer here. Today I'm looking at Family Guy Season 3, Episodes 10 to 12. Without any further ado, let's get into it. Today I'm looking at Family Guy Season 3, Episode 10, A Fish Out of Water. And all to say, it's a pretty decent episode. So, Peter is still out looking for a job, and he decides to become a fisherman. Of course, his colleagues don't exactly like him, and that's very, yeah, one of the few times I feel bad for Peter. I mean, the guy is trying to earn money and he gets bullied for it. But, at the cost of getting a boat for his job, he loses the house and everything in it. So, he has to come up with 50 grand, otherwise, him and his family are out on the street. And of course, being baited by his colleagues, very smart Peter, he decides to find the Sasquatch and bring it in for, you guessed it, 50 grand reward money. And yeah, it has pretty much a really cool first appearance of Seamus, the guy with no arms and no legs, but with wood sticks for arms and legs. And yeah, he makes a pretty good impression. Pretty much the harbinger of doom character, but one that's pretty memorable. And despite them owning the Griffin House now, I kind of like the family that's the family that's renting it. They seem decent people. Later on, at first they were kind of awful, but the rest of the episode was solid. Even ends on a funny note with them still living in the damn house. And yeah, it has a pretty funny joke. Jackal! Jackal! It looks like a jackal! Is it a jackal? 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 Jackal! Jackal! Time! It wasn't right the first time you said it. Why the hell be right the next 10 times? God! So yeah, pretty solid joke. And I like that despite the dangers of never seeing the light of day again, I like Cleveland, Quagmire, and Joe's support. They want to help Peter succeed in his mission, and they're pretty decent friends. And yeah, in a pretty surprising twist, the Sasquatch was a robot the whole time, and the guy who thought was dead was actually the guy who spread the rumor. So he gives them the 50 grand to keep their mouths shut. And yeah, works in Peter's favor, and it's a pretty funny twist. And I do like the subplot. Meg is the typical whiny girl, but she does eventually learn to adapt to it as her school goes on spring break. And I'll give Lois credit, once again, she does a fantastic job trying to convince Meg that she doesn't need school and friends to have fun. And yeah, she goes as crazy as per usual, but hey, her attempts were there. So overall, a pretty solid episode. Has some fun jokes, Peter's story is great, and I like the subplot with Lois and Meg. Spot on episode. And speaking of great episodes, today I'm looking at Family Guy, Season 3, Episode 11, Emission Impossible. And yes, it is paying homage to the Mission Impossible films, which I've never seen, but it doesn't really get me. Anyway, this is a pretty iconic episode, and it's not hard to see why. It starts out with a pretty cool premise. So, Peter and Lois decide to have another baby, after a pretty sweet moment where they help deliver Lois' sister's child. And yeah, this is the first appearance of Carol Punishment to the show, and she makes a pretty good impression. And honestly, that sweet scene where they help deliver her baby is honestly freaking sweet. Peter in his own special way, and Lois being the best sister she can. And yeah, when Stewie hears that he might have a baby brother or sister, he's not exactly, shall we say, on board with the idea. So he tries many ways to stop his parents from having another child. And yeah, he tries the usual. Going to bed with them, creating a robot to declare Peter. And yes, he even creates a ship flying spaceship that shrinks him down to try and destroy Peter's how do I say this without getting demonetized? Future children. And yeah, I love the shot of, as it shows from Stewie's POV shot, as he's flying down the stairs and going straight into Peter's system. It's honestly a pretty great concept for an episode. And yeah, this is this would be Bertram's very first appearance in the series. And yeah, as I looked it up, he's voiced by Wallace Shawn. Yeah, that guy from The Princess Bride, It's inconceivable! And Dr. Sturgis from Young Sheldon. Pretty great actor. And he makes Bertram very, very, very memorable. And he and Stewie tend to get along very nicely. Both sadistic, both mischievous, and they both hate Lois. But yeah, in a surprising twist, Peter and Lois decide to back up on the idea. And yeah, Bertram is still alive. Well, unalive. You know what I mean. So yeah. I say very, very, very iconic episode. It's got a great premise. Stewie is great. I love Bertram. The opening scene is fantastic. Peter and Lois's love is one of the best here. It's just a great episode all around. Solid episode. Today I'll be looking at Family Guy Season 3, Episode 12, To Love and Die in Dixie. Yet a pretty good episode. Man, 3 in a row, who would have thunk it? I liked the, Chris's arc about, he's going through that age in his life where he's trying to talk to girls, but his awkwardness gets the best of him. And I like how it ends on a good note. More on that bit later. As he unfortunately is a witness to a robbery, and the guy they put behind bars breaks out and exacts revenge on Chris. So the entire family have to be uprooted somewhere in the south until they can catch the guy. And yeah, back to what I said before. Chris's arc is done very well as he meets another guy named Sam. And they seem to get along at first, but in a surprising twist, Sam isn't a boy. He's a girl. And yeah, Chris and Sam's chemistry is pretty damn sweet. And despite Chris finding this out, he likes Sam. And I wish Sam stuck around. She seems like a nice girl. There are a ton of really great jokes. There's this one running joke that cracks me up. The raccoon. Now, him appearing in the fridge, I get it. But appearing in it twice? That's funny. When him and Lois tried to get intimate, the raccoon suddenly appears. I'm like, how is that even possible? I know it's a cartoon, but God, that cracks me up. God, that's funny. And yeah, the robber himself, he's surprisingly intimidating. I mean, he's going after the guy that got him thrown in jail, and yeah, he's surprisingly intimidating. And yeah, I kind of like the Southerners here. At first, they hate Peter because he called them out on their reenactment of the Civil War. But they still save him, and they still save Chris regardless, and that's genuinely sweet. They don't let their pettiness of Peter stand aside when someone else is in danger. And honestly, that's pretty sweet. So yeah, overall, I think this is a pretty good episode. I love Chris's arc. The raccoon joke's I'm sorry, I can't say it. It is so goddamn stupid. I can't help but laugh. The raccoon joke is really funny. And yeah, the rest of it is solid. It's a good episode. That's all I can say. And honestly, Chris, you deserve happiness. Keep going, buddy. Keep going. And that's the end of the video, folks. I hope you like it. Give me a thumbs up, like and comment, subscribe, and I hope to get more videos out like this. And speaking of which, tomorrow I'll be looking at Family Guy Season 3, Episodes 13 to 15. Stay tuned for that. Until then, I'm the Shadow Reviewer, signing off.